That worked out. It worked out. So this is a John Deere Hydro 185. Grandpa Ryder gave this to us because he couldn't get it started anymore. He thinks he knows what the problem is, and he gave me some hints on that. Well, we still got to check off everything along the way to make sure that we're being scientific about diagnosing the problem.
Yeah.
So first we could try just starting it. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know one of the problems.
What's that?
Squeaky.
Got off, run, and start. And it looks like you turn it to the right. So far, nothing?
Yeah.
Not surprised. Battery's probably dead.
Yeah.
All right, let's check. Somebody find the battery charger. Did I take it to the house? Oh, rats.
You did? Darn.
Way back in 2 seconds.
Dad, did you get my water?
Yeah, you need water.
I'm totally dehydrated.
Yeah, me too. So this is a battery charger. This should provide enough power for the tractor to start if the problem is just not enough electricity. Sometimes this can start a fire. We got a fire extinguisher right there.
Yeah.
So if a fire started, just get away. We'll get it put out.
It would have to be a mini fire.
So for this one, I'm gonna sit on it and try to start it because we gotta move quick. I've got it on engine start mode. Hit. Well, at least we know that it's not the battery. So next up, we're gonna check the air filter because an engine needs fuel, spark or fire, and air to start. And so in theory, if this is blocked, that could be stopping the engine from starting. Do you wanna try taking that off?
This?
Yep. Oh, well, it just comes right off. I thought you were gonna have to unscrew it. Thank you.
I'm gonna take this off. It looks pretty empty.
Yeah, it's not like there's a bunch of stuff in there, right?
Like clogging it, like you have to a very tiny brush. It would take like 2 days.
So that proves the air filter wasn't the issue. Now we can get some starting fluid. This is the part where we gotta be really careful because we're gonna be spraying fuel right in.
And we don't want it to get in our faces.
We don't want it to get in our faces and we don't want it to blow up, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want it to start a fire. I'm gonna spray a little bit of the starting fluid in there, and this is basically like a cheat. We're basically saying we wanna eliminate whether gas is getting from the gas tank to the engine. So instead, we're gonna spray some fuel right in. Why don't you stand back here?
Okay. Not the fuel, right?
Not the fuel.
Nice.
So it's not air, it's not the fuel, not battery.
Yeah. Not
Being-
air, not fuel, not battery.
Well, technically it could still be the carburetor that we've got to take it apart or something. Hopefully we don't.
What's the carburetor?
That thing right in there. But since we already know from Grandpa that he thinks it's the igniter, let's just change that stuff. See if it helps. We've got 2 things that I think we need to replace according to what Grandpa Ryder told us. Got the ignition coil. This is a piece of equipment that tells the system when to fire the spark plugs. Because inside the engine there's pistons running and all that stuff. And this thing says, fire the spark plug now! And then that's like the perfect time for where the piston is to make the best explosion. And then you've got this thing, which is called an igniter. And I've never seen anything like it. I never knew this existed. Evidently, this is a thing that boosts up the amount of electricity.
That goes through there?
Or it boosts up the amount of spark that happens with the spark plug. And so that way, it's a better explosion.
So a better explosion doesn't mean it's gonna like explode up the whole thing like.
So we just watched the video, and thinking outside the box says that igniter is behind this oil tube. I think it's right there. We're gonna try to change just that and skip the ignition coil for now because it looks like we've got to take all this off to get to the ignition coil Be nice to skip that much work.
Yes, it actually would. It would be a pain to like rip all of that stuff off, get up that ignition coil out.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to put it all together.
Throw it all away.
Dad. Dad.
So when you check the oil, that's where the dipstick is. We just pulled it out. So we'll just set that down.
Yeah, that's how far the oil went up.
And there it is. The igniter. I don't want to lose this, so I'm just going to screw it back in for now.
Okay.
New igniter, please. Thank you.
Recording's good. Going good.
Thanks. We did it! Sort of.
Yeah.
That's a big difference, right? It actually kicked over. Now, my guess is that it's a fuel issue because it wouldn't stay going. It was trying to start, but it wouldn't stay going, so we're gonna have to check out what's going on with the fuel system.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and check the gas. You're gonna lift the seat up.
At some point it stops, right?
It'll rest on the steering wheel. There you go.
Oh, no.
Try taking that cap off.
Bruh.
If you look in there, you don't see any fuel, right?
Yeah, I don't.
And while we're here, why don't you check that the fuel is open? Yep. It should, if it's open, it should be all the way to the left. So try turning it to the left.
That's what
Yep. Nope, you're screwing it right. There you go. So it's open?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's open. I can't tell. But I think it is.
Well, it is a best guess scenario. If it's not working, we can come back and try spinning it the other way and see if it helps, but I don't think it will. Okay, we need to go get some gas. First, I'm gonna just like kind of crack the handle a little bit because there's probably some pressure in the can. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
There, now it shouldn't like spurt out. And I can control how much gas comes out. If that comes out.
Can I see?
Yep. Take a look, don't be like breathing it in, but can't see much yet. I'm not gonna fill it full because if there's problems, we're just gonna have to drain it out. See if we get lucky here. I'm just gonna open the door up for all those exhaust fumes to go out. So it's not getting enough fuel still.
Mm-hmm.
You'll start with the starting fluid, but it's not getting enough gas from the tank. So this is the fuel pump. This is the tube from the tank. So I think what we should do is pull this off and see if any fuel is coming out of the fuel pump. I guess if we were being scientific, it looks easy enough. Let's check and see if we're getting any fuel out of that fuel line there. That's like a little clamp for the fuel hose. Not really getting fuel out of there. Yeah, got fuel down there. Oh.
Leak. Leak. It's a leak.
You see one?
No, I don't, but I know it's a leak.
Yeah, there's plenty of wetness here. Is that leaking?
Here.
Well, I mean, that's a good sign though. That means that fuel's getting at least that far. There we go. Well, spray a little PV blaster on there. Or this is a penetrating fluid. In theory, this makes it easier to remove nuts and bolts. Oh, missed. There we go.
Missed.
Last time the nut we had to remove was a 10 millimeter. What do you think this looks bigger or smaller than that last one?
I can't remember.
Okay, I'm gonna guess 10 millimeter. Oop. Can you grab that?
Can I try and put it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa! Okay, you want to try turning it? See if you can crack it.
I can't.
You gotta turn it this way, and you can. I'll hold down on it so you could use like both of your hands if you want.
Yeah, I will.
There we go. Okay, now try. Okay, put one hand on here so that it doesn't fall off the socket. Let's trade this. Yeah, try that. Work a little faster. And it's out. Pretty rusty. Okay, you want to take it off? It'll come out.
Yeah.
Good enough. All right, it is a little fuel filter, I think. So that might be our problem.
What is it?
See that plastic piece in between there? So I'm gonna suggest we maybe order a new fuel filter and then change that next.
Yeah.
We got the fuel turned off. Now we gotta replace that fuel filter and we need to replace the fuel pump. So what I could do is get the fuel pump bolts cracked loose for you, and then you get the rest of them, get them the rest of the way out, and then I'll take the hoses off. Okay.
That sounds good. You hold me a little.
You got this. You're doing good.
Kinda getting hard. I smell banana in here.
Bananas.
Yeah.
A banana tree, probably.
No, maybe. It was just that some monkeys came in here and ate bananas in here.
That makes sense. You're just about done.
Is this the way?
Yep. There. Oh. Grab a hold of it. You got it. I can help you with this one.
Nah. Unless you need to spot that.
The tools?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are we working there or?
Yeah. Don't be goofing around with this because I'm going to have my fingers in there in a second.
Okay. Now we're ready.
Okay, so this is a hose clip. We've got to grab it with some needle nose pliers and get it out of the way first. And so you can grab it by just pinching it. And now it's not clamping anymore when you pinch the clamp. So you can move it back and forth. Oh, it just pulls right off. Nice. There. Actually feels like there is fuel in here, but. Okay, got the old one out, and now we need to get the old fuel filter out of there. And then, let's see if this just snakes out.
Not like the other.
This is a hose clamp pliers, and it grabs just the tube, and it's supposed to put pressure on the tube without putting pressure on what's inside the tube. So it can kind of help. Yeah, see? Now I can pull that out. All right, there's the fuel filter.
Okay. Do we have the same one?
The new one is bigger. They said it was the same. We'll see. So, old one, new one. Quite a bit bigger. I think the main concern is space. Look at how much extra room that's going to take up. I don't know about this. I guess we'll give it a try. It was pretty cheap. It's the best one we've got right now.
This one, I guess. This is going to be hard.
No, it won't be bad.
I was kidding.
Oh, this is going to be so tough. Doesn't get any harder than this, you're right. Oof.
Oh, I cannot breathe.
Oh my goodness.
That's terrible.
One part connected. And now we'll clamp it so it doesn't go anywhere. Whoop. I don't know if it needs to go all the way up. Seems like it would. Well, let's try. I can't get it in all the way right now. So I'm gonna just wing it. Okay, it feels like it's on there pretty tight. Whew. New fuel pump, old fuel pump. Looks different again.
Yeah, it's kind of like a square.
Yeah, I think as long as the bolt pattern matches up and we've got the tubes in the same spots, we should be okay. We'll give it a try.
Yeah.
This also is only 10 bucks, so even if it doesn't work.
All these nails.
So when you're screwing in a bolt that's loose, it's still often easier to use the socket wrench, but you just gotta put your finger on the socket to give it some tension. Because if I go like this, oh, we're good now. I'm gonna screw it all the way up.
No smoke. No smoke.
What we need is a can of carb cleaner, and that is this. I'm looking for a straw because we'll use this and shoot it into the side of the carburetor. See if we can get that to loosen up the junk that's probably in there. Ha! This has a straw. That'll be good enough.
Good.
Okay, we'll undo this hose clamp again. There. I don't see any fluid making it into there either, so let's just double check.
Pouring out what I don't think it is.
Yeah, I would say it looks pretty clear. So that's not clogged, that's good.
So what are we trying to get out?
There's some stuff inside the carburetor that's probably clogging up the system.
So yeah, we're trying to take that piece off.
We're gonna try to just spray this into the carburetor through the tube on the right. And we'll let that get in there and start doing some work and see if that helps loosen things up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Another issue is that no fuel came out here, so maybe this is a problem. Maybe we're not getting enough suction on the fuel pump. I don't know. All right, I really sprayed the heck out of it, so we got some stuff sitting in there now.
Yeah, hopefully.
Watch this tube and tell me if any gas starts to come out of there. I'll keep an eye on it too.
Okay. Okay, I gotta tell you something.
What?
All the fuel is literally trapped in the filter.
You think so?
Yeah, I can literally see it. Like, can I tell you why?
Why?
Cause like, you see that all that liquid moving? It's all trapped.
Well, we could try blowing some air into the tank.
But it's leaking.
Where is it leaking?
It's leaking because there.
Okay. Let's see if that's enough to get it over the hump here. So it's not coming out of here. Okay, this time we're gonna keep blowing air from the tank until it starts to come out of there.
Okay.
So it's leaking out the top of that hose, but it's not coming out of the fuel pump, huh?
Did you see all that puddle stuff? That was just some metal. See? Strip in there.
Oh, okay,
So we're not getting any gas.
so what do we do here? Update, we figured out the problem. We've got these backwards. That's what Google said to check, and we looked at the old picture and it was clear that this is hooked up wrong. Easy fix. There. Let's try to get this thing started again. So the goal of this project and video seemed like it was mostly about the tractor, but in my mind it was about, could a 6-year-old have fun on a wrenching project? So I'm just curious, did you have fun with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? What did you like most?
Really just sitting and watching the oil. That was fun.
Yeah. Fair enough. You would do it again? You would like
Yeah.
work on something
I
again?
want to.
And we've got the Cushman coming up.
Yep.
You want to work on that?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for your help. It was nice working with you on that.